The ocean had always called to me, its depths a siren song that had lured me since childhood. Leading the Aqua Voyager was both a dream and a responsibility that I couldn't ignore. At the helm of our cutting-edge submarine, I, Jacob, found myself with a crew of 4, embarking on a mission to uncover the ocean's deepest secrets. Among our team was Melony, a brilliant scientist whose intellect was as captivating as the enigmatic beauty that veiled her true thoughts. There was an unspoken understanding between us, a connection that hinted at feelings deeper than the crushing pressures of the ocean around us. But as adventurers, we were bound by a shared purpose, a determination to unravel the mysteries of the deep, even as we flirted with the uncharted territories of our own emotions. Melony's expertise was invaluable, guiding our scientific efforts in the exploration of the ocean's abyssal realm. We delved into the Mariana Trench, a place where the boundaries between reality and the unknown blurred into an inky abyss. Mike, our grizzled engineer, kept our vessel in working order. Sarah, our skilled navigator, guided us through the treacherous waters. And Tom, the ex-Navy diver, served as our security expert. As we descended deeper into the trench, the sub's steel hull groaned under the immense pressure, and the darkness outside threatened to swallow us whole. Our journey into the abyss had just begun, and with it came the realization that the true depths of our courage and resilience would be tested as never before. Our descent into the abyss was an eerie, weighty affair. The pressure outside the Aqua Voyager increased with every meter we descended, pushing against the hull as if the ocean itself was intent on keeping its secrets hidden. The silence within the submarine was deafening, broken only by the soft hum of the machinery and the occasional hushed exchange between the crew members. Melony, with her intense focus, monitored the instruments with unwavering determination. Her eyes, like beacons of knowledge, scanned the data pouring in from our sensors. The readings were intriguing and unsettling. Strange echoes, fluctuations in water temperature, and sonar blips that hinted at something lurking just beyond our field of vision. As the hours stretched into days, the darkness outside grew even more profound. Our floodlights barely penetrated the obsidian abyss, revealing only a fraction of the mysteries hidden beneath. The sub's instruments showed that we were approaching the heart of the Mariana Trench, a place where the very concept of reality seemed to warp and dissolve. The pressure continued to mount, both outside the submarine and within our minds, as we descended deeper into the unknown, our hearts pounding with equal parts excitement and trepidation. As we descended deeper into the trench, the oppressive darkness outside grew thicker, enveloping the submarine like a shroud. It was as though the ocean itself had swallowed us whole, cutting us off from the world above. The only source of illumination was the feeble glow of our floodlights, casting eerie, shifting shadows on the metallic walls of our vessel. On the third day of our descent, a sense of unease settled over us like a heavy fog. Melony, with her keen scientific instincts, had been closely monitoring the instruments, and her voice trembled as she reported a series of bizarre readings. Strange echoes reverberated through the water, sending shivers down our spines. We gathered around the monitors, our faces pale with dread. Then it appeared. Emerging from the inky blackness was a monstrous silhouette, a colossal shape that defied comprehension. Its eyes glowed with a malevolent, phosphorescent light, casting an eerie glow on its grotesque form. Rows of serrated teeth, stained with blood and mucus, lined its gaping maw. The creature's movements were a terrifying dance, a serpentine grace that belied its size. Frozen in terror, we watched as it circled our submarine, its massive body obscuring the feeble beams of our floodlights. We were powerless, trapped in a steel cage, as this nightmarish entity, born from the darkest abyss, sized us up with an intelligence that was all the more horrifying. In that moment, we knew we had encountered something beyond our wildest nightmares, and it was hungry. The encounter with the colossal creature in the abyss had shaken us to our core. Our once focused mission now felt like a perilous gamble. Melony's scientific curiosity had given way to a gnawing sense of dread that hung over the crew. Even Tom, our usually stoic security expert, couldn't conceal the fear etched into his face. The attacks from the unknown behemoth persisted, each one more terrifying than the last. It wasn't merely circling us, it was orchestrating a relentless assault on our vessel. The creature's method of attack was both calculated and brutal. With its immense size, it would lunge at the submarine, ramming us with incredible force. The impact sent shudders through our metal cocoon, causing alarms to blare as the sub's integrity was tested to its limits. The creature's serrated teeth, stained with the remnants of its prey, scraped against the hull, producing a bone-chilling, metallic screech that reverberated through the sub. Each strike threatened to breach our defenses, and the crew's nerves were stretched thin with every attack. It was as if the creature was toying with us, testing our resolve and enjoying the terror it instilled. Inside the dimly lit submersible, the tension grew palpable. Sarah, our skilled navigator, had become a ghostly figure, her face etched with anxiety as she struggled to maintain our course through the abyssal labyrinth. Mike, the grizzled engineer, fought tirelessly to keep our vessel from succumbing to the relentless pressure. But despair loomed like an unrelenting shadow, threatening to engulf us all in its icy grip. Our world had become a nightmarish purgatory, and the monstrous entity that circled us, waiting for its moment to strike, was an embodiment of terror beyond imagination. As the relentless onslaught of the creature continued, the crew of the Aqua Voyager descended further into madness and desperation. Our once tightly knit team had frayed at the edges, our camaraderie replaced by paranoia and fear. Mike, our usually level-headed engineer, had become a babbling wreck, his eyes wide with terror as he muttered about the futility of our situation. Sarah, who had once possessed an unshakable sense of direction, now wandered the dimly lit corridors of the submarine, in a daze, her mind seemingly lost in the abyss along with us. Tom, our former security expert, had turned into a volatile powder keg of anger and aggression, his temper erupting at the slightest provocation. The relentless attacks of the creature had taken a toll on our vessel, causing systems to fail one by one. The once familiar hum of machinery was now punctuated by the ominous creaking of metal under the immense pressure of the abyss. Our food supplies dwindled, and the stale air within the submarine became oppressive, a constant reminder of our dire circumstances. Amidst the chaos and despair, only Melony and I clung to our sanity and each other. We found solace in our whispered confessions of love, our bond growing stronger as the world around us crumbled. In the darkest hours, it was our love that served as a beacon of hope, a fragile light in the suffocating darkness of the deep ocean. With each passing moment, our dire situation continued to deteriorate. The Aqua Voyager was battered and broken, a wounded vessel adrift in the crushing depths. Communication with the surface world had long been severed, leaving us isolated and alone in the heart of the abyss. The relentless attacks of the creature had taken their toll, and our once state-of-the-art submarine was now a fragile shell, barely holding together. Desperation set in as we faced the reality of our impending doom. The last of our food had been consumed, and the air within the sub had grown stale and suffocating. The darkness outside pressed in on us, an oppressive force that seemed to steal away our very hope. Mike's ranting and Sarah's catatonic state were eerie reminders of the fragile threads that held our sanity together. Tom's descent into madness escalated, and he began to turn on us with a crazed, bloodshot look in his eyes. It was a terrifying moment when he confronted us, accusing us of causing our predicament, of being the reason the creature had targeted us. In that harrowing moment, I was forced to defend Melony and myself, using the last of our dwindling supplies to subdue him. But amid the chaos and the terror, Melony and I clung to each other, our love serving as a lifeline in the abyss. In our final moments, we found the strength to express our feelings openly, our whispered confessions of love bringing us solace and comfort. We held each other tightly as the submarine groaned and creaked under the relentless pressure, knowing that our love was the one constant in a world that had descended into madness. As the sub's hull finally gave way, the frigid waters of the abyss rushed in. In our final breaths, we shared a desperate kiss, our lips meeting for one last, fleeting moment of love and connection. And then, the abyss claimed us, pulling us into its cold, dark embrace. Our world became a watery tomb, and the creature that had tormented us finally seized its prize, dragging our broken vessel into the inky depths, never to see the light of day again.